FHA Streamlined Refinance Explained. Lower rates and monthly payments. Hey everyone, it is Jeff Trevarthen, Jeff the Mortgage Pro. Thanks so much for joining me on the show. We're going to be looking at FHA loans today in the video, and in particular, Streamline FHA Refinance loans. And the reason why I wanted to do this video and get this out there is that throughout 2022 and into early 2023, rates have gone up and remained up over that period of time. So there is going to be an instance in the next 18 months, I believe, that interest rates are going to go down, and anybody that bought a house with an FHA loan is probably going to want to do this type of a refinance, especially with the different adjustments that have been happening on conforming loans, making those more expensive, and also the adjustments that have been made on FHA loans, making those a little bit less expensive. So let's go through a couple different ideas here on the FHA Streamline Refinance loan. There's two different types. The first one is called a credit qualifying. And this is in an instance if you add or remove a borrower or your credit profile has significantly changed, leading to better pricing, that you would want to do a credit qualifying FHA Streamline Refinance. The other instance is called a non-credit qualifying, and this is the most common one that everybody uses. So let's go through the eligibility requirements for these types of loans. The first is that you have to have an FHA loan to begin with. So you purchased your house or you refinanced your house, you have an FHA loan right now, and you plan to use this FHA Streamline Refinance. That is an FHA-backed home loan, cannot be used for a mortgage on a different home. So let's say you bought a property with an FHA mortgage and then you moved into a different property and now you have that existing FHA mortgage in as a rental property. You cannot use this Streamline Refinance program to be able to refinance that particular property because you don't live in it. It's not the one that you're going to be able to use. So you have to live in the home that is covered by this FHA Streamline Refinance loan. Homes that are purely investment properties are not eligible for this type of product. FHA loan must be current, so you cannot have any late payments or you cannot have gone into forbearance like many people did during the pandemic. If you did go into forbearance, it has to be brought current to be able to do an FHA Streamline Refinance. Your existing loan has to be at least 210 days old. That means you've made 6 monthly payments by the time you can do this FHA Streamline Refinance. So the refinance has to have what's called a net tangible benefit to the borrower. And the net tangible benefit varies based on the type of loan that you're doing. So most likely what we're looking for is the benefit is going to result in a lower payment for you. But there's other things such as converting an FHA ARM loan to a fixed rate loan, or going from a 15-year fixed FHA loan to a 30-year fixed loan. Those things are definitely going to be benefits to the borrower, and we want to make sure that the net benefit is going to be applicable. So you would need to contact your lender, hopefully that's me in this case, to figure out if there is a net tangible benefit to doing a Streamline FHA refinance. FHA Streamline Refinance can't get more than $500 cash back at closing. So this is more restrictive than most loans. Conventional loans, you can usually get around $2,000 cash out. So everybody tries to estimate when you're rolling in closing costs what you can do. In this case, you can't get more than $500 back on an FHA Streamline Refinance, which is really important. So make sure that your lender calculates those numbers correctly. So here's the benefits of an FHA Streamline Refinance. It's very limited paperwork, and it's very similar to a VA IRRRL refinance. So we just basically need a loan application, a current mortgage statement showing you've made 6 monthly payments on time, and then we're going to need contact info for your employer to verify your employment, not to verify your income. We just want to make sure that you're still working at that existing place. You're going to need 2 months of bank statements showing you can cover any out-of-pocket costs associated with doing this, and then sometimes you'll need a utility bill showing that you are living in this property as your primary residence. There's no income check. There's only a credit verification required. Significantly less paperwork than any type of loan that you're going to be doing, even the original FHA loan that you got. The interest rates are going to be lower compared to conventional. The PMI, which was just announced in February, that February of 2023, that it's going to be lower than what it was. So you'll definitely benefit with a lower FHA mortgage insurance premium payment being lower. There's an appraisal that's not required when you're doing the non-credit qualifying FHA Streamline Refinance. And you're able to finance if you have little or no equity. So we're not determining what the value is. Because you already have an FHA loan, we're going to assume that the property is still eligible for that. So you don't have to have any equity. You have a lot lower closing costs when you're doing this. Lender credit usually is applied to cover as much of the credit costs as we possibly, or the closing costs that we possibly can. But sometimes we can't cover it all. And this is the only downfall, I think, with this particular program, is that if there's any closing costs that can't be covered by the lender, then they have to be paid out of pocket by the borrower. So if there's an extra, $400 or $500 that needs to be paid, that's something that you have to pay for out of your pocket. After all, this is a benefit to you. So they make you pay that. You cannot roll this into the loan. And then the last benefit, what I think is also pretty important, is that a lower credit score isn't going to disqualify you from the loan. So those are all the benefits of an FHA Streamline Refinance. If you have an FHA loan and you need to refinance that, please reach out to me. I'd love to be your lender. Thanks so much for watching, and look forward to seeing you on the next one. Have a good one.